since the success they've had, the kind of success that a rock star has, going from obscurity to just tremendous exposure and becoming movie stars and all of these things that go along with it. But they have really stayed incredibly grounded, and I think they've changed in terms of their lifestyle, but they haven't changed in who they themselves are as really responsible, really terrific guys.
We're always available for Debbie, and she's always available for us, just to talk, oh, I'm freaking out about this. She'll always be like, Trey, my baby did this, what should I do? Or Trey, my husband and I are not getting along because of this, and I'm like, okay, I'm coming right over, I want to be more than just a worker, with Debbie, I want to be there for massage and things like that, We were about 19. We met in a beginning filmmaking class. We were in the filmmaking class, where everyone wanted to make these like really artsy black and white movies, would make a statement and everything. And Matt and I were both just Monty Python freaks, and so we just talked about Python all the time. And that's how we sort of got along.
Have you heard of Monty Python?
They were this, funny gang of blokes from Canada. And so we would make, really stupid movies all the time and get yelled at by the teachers.
Let me tell you about American history. Columbus found this continent in 1492, and he started killing many Indians.
That was sort of the first animated thing I did in college. And it was really just out of, people thought I sort of was doing this cool style with all construction paper and Elmer's glue and scissors, but the truth is I was just too lazy to do, drawings on sand. I wouldn't know how to do it. I'm not a very good artist. So I just had a Japanese friend of mine who I was roommates with at the time sort of talk about American history as he knew it, and then I animated to that.
Americans headed west, the final frontier, to boldly go where no man has gone before, and kill a lot more Indians.
I just turned it in as no big deal, and then it got the Student Academy Award, and I got flown out to Hollywood and was there with all these real animators that were really pissed off that I had won as well because they were real animators and I was a hack.
I think that's where you got the taste for the good life. The first time here.
Came out to Hollywood and sort of saw how things were and was like, this is what I was meant for. This is me. This is the real me. Our dream was to sort of stay in Colorado and do something there, but the truth is, if you want a career and be able to, sort of perpetuate what you're doing, you've got to be out here because the next thing's going to come along. And
kind of like if you want to become a sleazy politician, you have to move to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
You just have to. You know what I mean? This is just where all the slime is.
Yeah.
So we were kind of instantly attracted to it.
And it's it's hard. It's hard to live here. It's hard on us.
Yeah, we wish we could live in Colorado where things were simpler, but
yeah, because here, it gets so, it's just kind of crude here. But we get by.
Heavenly Father, please show me the way. I know it would be sinful to act in a movie that had sexual activity, but Lisa is so important to me, and I need the money for a wedding and for a place to live. Please, just give me a sign if you don't want me to do it. Any sign at all.
When we first came into town, what we were pitching was a movie we had written in college called Orgasmo. And so we were going to studios and saying, we want to do this movie that's about a Mormon who acts in porno and he has a guy as a sidekick with a dildo on his head.
Oh, stop! That was too easy.
And that's usually as far as we got.
Yeah.
They sort of told us, to go away.
Now, how about we get really nasty?
there were some funny pitch sessions in that movie. Get the hell out of my office, you asshole.
Get out of here.
You asshole.
Get out. There's something like that.
We tried the pitch meeting thing, and then when that failed, we just perform oral sex, man or woman, on whoever we were trying to sell the idea on.
You spend a lot of time crying in the shower, pitching shows in Hollywood, that's for sure.
Because you just end up sucking a lot of dick,
What people don't realize is that porno is an art form. I try to tell my girlfriend this all the time, but it's like, porno, it's just like Monet and Renoise. Everyone just see, there's titties bouncing around. But it's so much more than that.
It's like instead of paint and marble, they use titties and pussy.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing.
And then something magical happened. Hollywood discovered the spirit of Christmas.
Don't you oppress me, fat boy. Don't call me fat butt fucker. Then don't belittle my people, you fucking fat ass. Don't call me fucking butt fucker, son of a bitch.
I mean, we were sleeping at friends' houses, had no money, and then one Fox executive had seen a cartoon we had made in college that was sort of Christmas-based, and he said, make me another Christmas video that I can send out as a Christmas card. And, he gave us like $700, and we went and made this 5-minute short called The Spirit of Christmas, where we used sort of the boys that we had created in college.
Whoa, whoa, now tell me what happened slowly.
Okay, we just building a snowman, and all of a sudden, he came alive. I told him, I said, don't put the magic hat on the snowman. And he did it anyway, and then he killed our friend Kitty, and now he's gonna kill everybody.
Did he look kind of like this?
Yeah, kind of like that. Exactly. Everybody.
Did he look kind of like this?
Yeah, kind of like that. Exactly.
We didn't put our names on it in credits because it was just a Christmas card for that guy to use.
You're such a fat fuck, Hartman, that when you walk down the street, people go, God damn it, that is a big fat fuck. Somebody showed me the short, which had just been done for that Christmas just a couple of weeks earlier. I thought it was hysterical, so I called and said, get them in here right away.
We still thought it was sort of a big joke, you know, that it was never actually going to happen. It was just one of these, because it sort of happens in Hollywood all the time, you know, like suddenly there'll be some heat on you and on your project, but then it goes away, you know. So we were sort of taking it all with a grain of salt.
Ow! What the hell is that for? I wanted to make sure we're not dreaming. Ow! I wanted to make sure, too. You are not dreaming! Ow! Cut the crap!
And like, what, 3 months later, we had a deal to do South Park.
God bless it! Now use it! Why is it that everything today has involved things either going in or coming out of my ass? I'm sick of it! It's completely amateur! Hey! It's happening again! Whoa! Look at that! Now do you believe us, Cartman? You guys can't scare me! I know you're making it all up! Cartman, there's an 80-foot satellite dish sticking out of your ass! Sure, you guys, whatever!
So this is how we did the original Spirit of Christmas and the actual pilot for South Park. We took all of our little pieces and cut them out of construction paper so that all the characters had these different colors and different textures too.
That first pilot was still just Matt and I locked in a room for 3 months with construction paper.
I was the construction paper wrangler. So I was in charge of cutting out all the construction paper and setting up all the scenes for Matt and Trey, you know, to actually sit down and animate with.
I mean, there's people who kind of came in and out and brought stuff, you know, like, you know, coffee and stuff like that. But I mean, it was just me and Trey. No one else really helped us.
We would take a photograph of like Stan looking frame right, and then we'd take off that head, put on that head, take a couple pictures.
No, not one person that I can recall.
Kick the baby! Don't kick the baby. Kick the baby!
By the time South Park went on the air here, we already had probably 600 or 700 unofficial websites devoted to the Spirit of Christmas. It was amazing.
You fucking pussy! You're genius! You have to understand that Santa is keeping the spirit of your birthday alive by bringing happiness and joy. Yeah, and Santa, you need to remember that if it weren't for Jesus, this day wouldn't even exist.
You're right, kids. I'm sorry, Jesus.
No, it's me who should be sorry. I've been a right bastard. The discussions then are, all right, go make your show, we're giving you this much, and you say, thank you, sir. It was, for us, it was huge amounts of money, but it was also like, we were still by far the cheapest animated show.
It was like a lot of money. We more money than we'd ever
We went
seen.
right
in
to
one
Las
place.
Vegas, like that. Yeah. We were in Vegas the next day.
$2,000 in G-strings.
Yeah.
Then we came back broke again.
Hello there, children. Now, South Park really found its groove when the velvet-voiced King of Love became Chef. Ladies and gentlemen, the original Bad Mother, Mr. Isaac Hayes. Well, the first time I heard about South Park, it was a call from my agent. And he said, Ike, you've been wanting to do voiceover, so I got one for you. I'm saying, yes, Disney.
Good show.
I can't keep doing this. It's killing me.
Oh, come on, buck up, little fella.
I'm serious. I'm not going to make it.
Sure you are, Chef. I'll give you 100 more for another romp.
I said, what is it? He said, well, it's a late-night animated adult cartoon on Comedy Central. I said, what? Adult? Late-night animated cartoon? What are you talking about? He said, well, that's what it is. I mean, it's a thing that was created by these two kids. And immediately I got an attitude.
You know, the list of people who we wanted to approach to do Chef's voice was pretty short. It was like, Isaac Hayes was number one. But if he was going to say no, we were going to try Barry White or Lou Rawls or any of these kind of, you know, the 70s soul brothers who kind of defined that voice.
I'm gonna make love to you, woman. Gonna lay you down by the fire. He said, no, whatever. He said, well, at least go meet them. They really want you. He said, go to the studio tomorrow. I said, okay, I'll go.
It was scary hooking up with Isaac the first time. It's because I don't think we ever met a star or celebrity of any stature. So,
Yeah, we
we
walked
were
in,
freaked out.
and he didn't know what he was doing. His manager had just told him he had some gig doing a voice, and so he walks in. We thought, you know, he had agreed to do it. He'd read it. He thought it was cool.
He'd seen The Spirit of Christmas. He knew about
Yeah.
the language. He knew that he was the only black guy in this
Yeah.
entire white town. That, you know, he understood the concept.
He's a cook. It was like we walked in and realized he had no idea, and we had to explain it to him. So we were scared to death.
When I got over to the studio, these guys, these two young white boys, you know, wow, man, we're so glad you came, man. You're going to be perfect for this part. And I got an attitude. I'm saying, yeah, man, what part? What is it? Well, you know, your voice is perfect. And they said, well, look, just read this. And I got a page, and I started reading, and I started cracking up. I said, okay, guys, all right, who's the Joker? Who's the Joker? Who you got me? He said, no, this is real. We're serious.
We started explaining it to him. We're like, well, you know, you're the only black guy in this town, and you're the cook, and you only sing about sex with women.
And I almost got up and walked out. But something told me, he said, what do we got to lose? You know, what the hell? I said, okay, man, if you guys are crazy enough to do this, I'm going to jump in with you.
And he was like, okay. So it was that, and then he broke into it, and it was perfect.
How much further is Washington, D.C.? I need to know how far it is, lady. Yeah, whatever, you old dried up fat hog.
What did you say?
I said, I've always wanted to visit Prague.
Oh, me too.
As the time to air these episodes drew closer, I became more and more apprehensive. I said, oh, God, I can't face my friends. My family will be embarrassed. What am I going to do? I got a radio show, for Christ's sake. What? Anyway, the night that it aired, the next day, rave reviews. And, of course, after a couple of weeks, I said, oh, yes, that's me. I'm the voice. Yeah, I'm the chef. Hello? What? Oh, hello, children. It's a what? A giant snake? Killing everybody? Growing bigger? Children, you know I rarely say this, but, well, fudge it. Simultaneous you and me and you and you.
What do you say? Dude, I think he told us to go f*** ourselves. When the show first launched, we got a lot of calls from people wanting to be in the show or have some kind of affiliation. We've heard from Steven Spielberg. We've heard from Tom Cruise. George Clooney is a very big fan of the show and has participated.
Man, that is the gayest dog I've ever seen.
We had a lot of people on the Chef Aid episode.
Yeah.
You know, we got Ozzy Osbourne.
Elton John, big fan, did a song for the soundtrack.
Let's rock and roll! Or something similar.
The Simpsons already kind of did the thing where they had their celebrity person every week and they really promote it. Like, this week is this and this week is this, and we just try to keep it more random.
Sit, Sparky. Good boy. Now shake. Good boy. Now, don't be gay. Don't be gay, Spark. Don't be gay. Did it work? I don't know. It still looks pretty gay to me.
We decided, okay, what celebrity's on, but have him being something really stupid, like the gay dog.
That's it, Sparky. Kick his ass. He's doing something to his ass. He's not kicking his ass, but he's definitely doing something to his ass.
And I remember the Thanksgiving episode, Jerry Seinfeld had called and wanted to do a voice, and we told him, okay, we want you to be turkey number 4. There's like 12 turkeys that attacked, these people, and he was going to be number 4. And his manager sort of called back and said, don't you realize this is, Jerry Seinfeld? He can't be turkey number 4. He's so much more important than blah, blah, blah. I'm a big fat dumbass.
Whoa! You won't get away with this, you bastard!
Wow, those are some pissed-off turkeys.
The only person we really cared about meeting was that chick, Natasha Henstridge from Species. We had a DVD of Species, and you could, freeze frame it, Man.
Hello, children.
Whoa! Wow, shit. You can say that again.
So we called her up and said, hey, we think you're really talented. We want you to do a voice for South Park. And she said, okay, come over that. She was like, really? Talented? Yeah. We're like, yeah, come on down. We said, yeah. And it was great because I got right behind her and I put my arms around her, and I was like, don't be scared, and she would do her voice, and I just started, rubbing her shoulders and everything, and, things went from there, just like they do with most celebrity voices.
Would anybody mind cleaning my erasers after class?
The next time I saw her, she was pregnant. With her husband. Yeah. Poor fucker.
No, baby, that's nothing for you, girl. Nothing for you now. You know that is true. There's just no substitute for you.
We write most of the music in South Park. Whenever there's a song in South Park, like the Christmas show that was a musical, or whenever Chef sings, that's something, that's us playing. And when we did the Chef album, we're on 70% of those tracks.
Keep more money that way.
Yeah.
If you play the instruments, you get paid.
You get more money.
Hey, everybody, have you seen my balls are big and soft and brown? Give me a quick pick me up, just stick my balls in your mouth. When I started reading chocolate soft balls, I said, ho, wait a minute. You guys don't expect me to sing this, do you? Yeah. I said, guys, now, okay, I've been going along with you all the time. But are you sure we're not going to get sued for this? Ooh, suck on my chocolate salted balls. Stick them in your mouth and suck them. If you're cynic, you might not understand it. You might take it the wrong way. But, South Park is all about having fun.
Some guy in Canada, I think it was, he's like, this is about genitals. And we're like, what?
I never thought you talked about Chef.
Chef, was going into concession business in South Park when the festival came to town, so he's going to capitalize on all these people there, so he had to come up with some delectables, right?
It's about, salty chocolate balls that you eat, and this one guy thought it was actually about testicles, which is just, that's how weird people can be.
I wonder what it would taste like, though, if you actually put a recipe together with what was in those lyrics. It probably might taste like some real chocolate salty balls.
The reason that we did South Park, the reason we came out to Hollywood was to get our band going, And so we thought, okay, well, either you go and you make a demo and you shop it around and you play some gigs, or, get a hit TV show going, get some major movies out there, and then use that to sort of position your way into a band. And we thought, well, this way seems a lot easier.
DVDA is our band that we formed about a year ago.
Hi, we ran away from home. Like, this kid told us we might be able to crash at your clubhouse for a couple days. Holy crap.
And we played 2 gigs.
Yeah, but they were
Two
awesome.
awesome gigs a year.
And a 1, and a 2, and a...
I've been playing drums for about 5 years, so now my hearing's a little shot. I can't hear so well out of this ear. This ear is fine. DVD is a porno term that means is a special kind of position that that's done in porno. That's basically double vaginal, double anal, and it involves 4 cocks and 1 woman.
But, you asked what it means to us,
Right,
and that's,
yeah.
What it means to us is, hey, let's all hang out. Let's hang out, and, no matter where you're from, no matter what you do, let's hang out, DVDA.
You and me and my 3 buds.
Yeah.
I don't like big corporations. I like small businesses. I believe in the family-owned enterprise. South Park has grossed over $300 million in merchandising revenue since it's been on the air.
The merchandising, that bums us out because it is just, people think that we're the ones out there putting t-shirts on the shelves and selling that. Comedy Central owns South Park, not us.
This is our South Park talking mug. I would never kill somebody. Not if they pick me up. Lots of cheesy poof, Cartman's favorite snack. This is Kyle. He's the talking plush.
We see stuff in the stores and we're like, wow, we've never seen that before, And it's just gross commercialization. It's just capitalism, and we only make like 2% off of that, so it's ridiculous.
Which is the worst part of it.
If we made what we should make, which is like 80-90%, then it would make sense, and there'd be a lot more on the shelves than there is now. All they think of is money, they're just money. And we think about,
Other stuff.
Remember, keep American business small, or else. We concentrate on, selling autographs and selling pictures of us. People will pay a lot of money for a picture of me, and that's why, I'm just trying to get that out. That's what I care about more than what you buy at a store. If you send us $200, you get a signed picture.
Yeah.
And if you send us $400, you get a signed cell from the show. It's not real.
Yeah. And we don't really sign it. I mean, we have someone else sign our names.
But, it's great, because that sort of pays for the little things.
Je vais te faire l'amour, ma beauté, allons-y devant la cheminée.
Internationally, it's big. We just translated it to Chinese. It's in most of Europe.
Bonjour, les enfants.
Salut, chef! Most of Latin America. It's in Israel. It's very, very quiet. I'm hunting crocodiles. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sneak up on it and jam my stomach. In Australia and the UK, South Park, I believe, is as big, if not bigger, hit than it is in America. Hello, gentlemen. Any of you blokes know what's for lunch today? Lunchy munchy? Got it. Will you shut the hell up? Nobody gives a rat's. Yeah, go away, Pip. Righto. Yeah, French people piss me off.
We consider our sense of humor somewhat British because we were so influenced by Monty Python.
Hello, Mr. Twig.
What can I get for you?
The usual. Oh, thanks. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
So we figured, well, if there's one country where people might get it, it might be England.
But they're not going to pay very well for it because they don't have any money.
Well, and they're also drunk all the time, too.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll just laugh because they're too damn drunk.
Yeah. Oh, I'd rather like that. Oh, rather. Raspberries. But actually, we went to Britain one time before we had any money.
We rented a car. We drove out to Wales.
Yeah, we drove to Wales and Shrewsbury.
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 We saw the sheep and the drunk people chasing the sheep.
And grass. Yeah, it's a great country.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, they'll put something in that may be taking it a little bit too far, but rarely. I mean, we really try to leave them to do what they do best.
Hey, you squatty ass shit! What the is wrong with you? You must be some kind of devil nor a crying child! Wow, dude! You know you like your Hey, Winnie, what's up?
We had to take out some of the swearing because it was on cable, but we didn't really mind because, you know, part of the humor comes out of pushing it. And I think that if South Park was on a channel where we could absolutely say and do whatever we wanted, it actually wouldn't be as effective because part of the effectiveness is being on a channel where people are like, oh my god, I can't believe what they're doing, you know, and so that's the fun in the week to week is seeing how far we can push it the next week.
The creators of this program are a couple of 30-year-old third graders. Apparently, their moms failed in the socialization process, and they've got the morals of dogs, in my honest opinion, and worse. And it would be bad enough if they were reflecting their personal lack of morality using adults as characters, but to be using third graders and to put their filthy, rotten, disgusting behavior and sense of humor into the package of third-grade animated characters and to air it at a time of day when kids are up in droves and can watch this stuff is unconscionable.
Comedy Central has always taken the position and continues to that South Park is not a show for kids. And we don't air it before 10 p.m. We don't promote it until after 7 p.m. And we agree with parents that this is not a show appropriate for children. And my personal feeling is that parents should be aware and responsible of what their children are doing and make the decisions that they think are appropriate for their kids.
Gross vulgarity, lewdness, blasphemy, cruel violence. One of the kids is killed every week or almost every week. And also, I would just say glorification of antisocial behavior. I mean, these kids are role models for everything that any parent in their right minds would not want their children to do.
They put out a big pamphlet on how to stop South Park, basically, and how to write the sponsors and get it taken off the air. And it's actually a brilliant piece of literature because it it literally has on it, you know, here's what the Bible says. Here's, you know, John 3:16, and here's what Cartman says. And let's compare the two things and see which is better for your child.
God damn it, you stepped on my foot, you pig fucker! Dude, don't say pig fucker in front of Jesus! Ah, fuck you.
Then what Cartman's saying, wait a second,
Yeah,
it's
Jesus
in
said-
direct contradiction to what Jesus said. Yeah, Jesus said, I am the way. And Cartman says, you know, hey, fuckface, you know. So they say, so see, after seeing this, you can see why we need to get rid of South Park. And so
It's kind of like a really great piece of
It's a great-
avant-garde abstract
yeah,
art.
it's
you
really
know?
cool.
I respect creativity. I mean, I'm not against it, and art and all that stuff, but if you use your talents to destroy and to tear apart and to set role models for behavior that lead people into trouble, you haven't done anything good for society. You perverted a talent, not exercised it in a way that will benefit your neighbor.
My mother's very pure, very wholesome woman, and so when I remember when we did Spirit Christmas, she definitely didn't laugh, and she was kind of like, oh, they're so cute, I don't know why they have to talk that way, and then after, you know, she saw all the money, she, you know, now she'll call up and say, honey, I've got a really good idea. The little fat kid, he should be like, fuck you, Kyle, you fucking Jew.
Can I have a car?
Yeah, and I'll say, okay, Mom, and she said, well, and I give you that idea, so, you know, get me another car,
Buy me a
get me, you
car.
know. I'm like, fuck you, Mom, you know what, fuck you. Like, I'm the one who did the show, I'm the one that, you know, came out here and worked my ass off. You can go fuck yourself, Mother.
It's clear those boys owe a big debt to their moms, proving inspiration always starts at home.
You know, we both grew up in Colorado. He grew up in more of the mountains. I grew up in Denver. And a lot of South Park is not exactly based on, but, you know, a lot of the characters are based on, you know, like people we grew up with or people that, like, for instance, Trey's high school counselor is in the show.
Boo! Now who is that? That is not appropriate behavior, okay?
I'm sorry, Mr. Mackey. Okay.
And the place itself, South Park, is a real part of Colorado.
But
And
it's like when Matt and I started talking about third grade experiences and things that happened in third grade, we realized that sort of no matter where you were from, they were similar. You know, you were a little bastard and you know, you talked about disgusting things and had totally different values. And
you always had a fat friend.
yeah, you always had a fat friend, you always had a poor friend, so that became Cartman and Kenny. And so, yeah, so almost all of it's based on reality.
Wow, look at that ass!
Well, technically, I'm supposed to be Stan and Matt's supposed to be Kyle. That's sort of where it all started, was like Stan was the little me and Kyle was the little Matt. But as the further we go along, we realize we're really both more Cartman.
Yeah, just big fat bastards.
Yeah.
Shh, don't scare him. Hey there, little guy. Bad. Cartman, why? Why do you have to hit stuff with a stick? Look at him. Look at him.
You can have a little fat 8-year-old sort of say whatever he wants about any race because you forgive him because he's a little fat 8-year-old who doesn't know any better.
Yes, Daddy, Mommy, that candy cream cone. Yes, Daddy, Mommy, it's the best, Daddy, Mommy.
And Kyle is a Jew, in a nutshell, from Canada.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? Jewish people can't eat Christmas now.
I don't know.
Stan's sort of the
Stan's
sensitive one, like, you know, he's the most emotional.
Kenny is poor. Kenny's the kind of kid who would drink gas or eat worms just to impress you.
Shotgun! I caught it first, shotgun! Kenny, I caught shotgun! Kenny, look, go get.
We don't sit around and go, okay, who can we offend this week? Who can we make fun of? It always comes from, oh, I remember in 3rd grade something that really bummed me out was when I lost my dog and I had to go find him, and that's where we'll start, you know, and then we'll make the dog gay and all that stuff. But now it's just so more out of necessity, you know. You create a script because you have to, because if you don't get your money. And it used to be, you know, we were kids. We had, you know, to us it used to be about, oh, let's make cool stuff, you know, because that's all we cared about then. And now it's the money. Now we care about the money, and everything's, you know, clear and it makes sense. And it's like, get the script in, because then you get money, you know. And that's the key.
Yeah, it really is the key.
Now, Matt and Trey have always stayed true to the style of their early work, but the increasing demands and deadlines have forced changes in the animation process.
Animation process.
Well,
Trey knows. I really know.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff with the animation process. The thing is that the animation process, it's, you know, really complex. We start off the animation process, we're just all cutting out all the construction paper.
Oh, yeah.
Design everything, cut it out, cut all the construction paper out. Then we scan that into computer so that we can move and manipulate them. And then it's like, you know, getting the voices in there. Then it's all dumped into this editing machine, and we can look at sort of each shot and do whatever we need to with it. That is the animation process.
This is the storyboard department, South Shank Penitentiary. Pretend as if you're working.
Storyboards.
They take the script, turn it into the storyboards, and then the corrals is what we build the actual characters off of.
You know, storyboards are like you have to draw the things first on a piece of paper, and then you know, we look at that and go, yeah, let's do it that way.
We get a script from Trey and Matt, and we storyboard the script frame by frame like a comic strip. We do character designs for any new characters, or we do background and layout.
Greg, as a storyboarder, goes and he's the one who sort of draws these things out, and let me tell you, as far as storyboarders go, he's the best.
He's one of the best.
I think he's the best.
I think he might be the Michael Jordan of storyboarding.
When my interview just went like, you know, I gave him my portfolio, and they looked at it, and they're like, well, I can draw circles, so that's fine. He's hired.
The vision and the presence he brings, you know, to his job, and the passion.
You look at his stuff and you go,
You throw in scenes that would say chaos ensues. So we have to look at the boards and go, okay, chaos ensues. How do you draw that? And then Trey sometimes will put a note in there, like it'll say, screw you, Greg. You know, because he knows that I'm going to have to do it.
We're astounded by it every day. There's not a day that goes by that we're just not amazed with Greg. With Greg. He's just amazing.
it's like that.
This is the audio facilities. They're recording here, so we gotta be a little quiet. They do all the dialogue, and then all the sound effects, all the sound design is done here. We do all that stuff in-house.
I'm going for help. I'll be back as soon as I can. Remember, don't get off this bus or a big scary monster will eat you. Hey, why doesn't the scary monster eat her? 'Cause, dumbass, scary monsters don't eat big fat snide bitches. What did you say? I said Larry King won't grant me 3 wishes.
I do most of the women on the show. I'm all the mothers, including Kenny's mother, who basically is Bill Clinton, only female.
Mary Kay does the voices.
Of course, you know, I'm also Kyle's mother, who is just insane. It's only a matter of time before they're selling their bodies and buying smack.
Well,
Yeah,
Mary,
she does the voices.
She does a great job in the voices.
Mary
I mean, you
Kay-
can see the effort and just the passion she does those voices
When
with.
she does the voices, she's like, you know, her head's like, I'm doing voices now.
Everything's so wonderful in your Wendy pasta burger.
And you really get this feeling from her that she's really like, I'm gonna do these voices.
Yeah, she's really, I mean, she tackles everything with such gusto.
You from England? Where the hell is that anyway?
And she'll do a line and we'll go, now try it this way, you know, and she'll do it again. Now try it that way, you know, and we'll just, till we get it just right.
There's just so many women characters on the show, and they keep coming up with new ones. So, you know, there'll be a whole bunch of new ones this season as well.
Really, they're all the same character. I mean, we could do this show with one person, it'd be the same show.
We wouldn't make any more or less money, so who cares?
We really need it. We're gonna trim down characters next season. make it just about one person, because then we only got to do one voice. We only got to write one character. It'll be so much easier.
How about a little more of that good loving, Chef?
Damn, woman. I just gave you sweet loving 5 minutes ago. You trying to kill me?
Directing Isaac is sort of different than everyone else because he's in New York, so we've got to do it over the phone. And with Isaac, sometimes you got to be a little rough. Sometimes, because he'll don't quite get it on the first few.
He's kind of a free spirit, Isaac, and he has his own ideas about the show.
They gave me some freedom, for my interpretation. They gave me the guidelines. And I interpreted what I want to do and some ad-libbing in the end and things like that.
So he'll say, hello, Tony. No, Isaac, he's supposed to be a little more upset here. He was like, and he won't, and you're just like, God damn it, Like, how many times do I have to tell you, Isaac? He's mad here. He's not happy. He's mad. Don't say the line happy. Say it mad.
Hello there, children. Hello there, children. Hello there, children. That's cool?
God damn it. I know I'm in LA and you're in New York. It doesn't mean I can't get on a plane and come kick your ass in 4 hours. You know what I mean?
That's basically what directing Isaac. I mean, that's the biggest part of it.
Good! You deserve to die, you little bastard! F you!
Who? There's a... Bruce.
Matt and Trey went to the booth. I set some levels, and that's about all I have time to do because it's like, take one, and they'll do the whole episode.
Bruce, the thing about Bruce is he is a amazingly talented audio designer.
But I actually very speed it, so it's a little bit faster and it pitches it up, which brings it from the old Trey. That's his original recording to the new Trey. And that's how Cartman's made. Canadians, too. Canadians get sped up just a little bit, so they sound a little cartoony.
Every now and then you run into someone who's like, I'm from Canada. And you're like, you are? Like, people live there? Like, yeah, I'm from Canada. And they always talk like that. They go,
The two of you are the most annoying dicks in Canada. You give other Canadians a bad name. And if I had...
I'm sorry, Scott. Can you hold on a minute? Sure.
we have sort of this spitting image of a Canadian, and the way their heads sort of flop up and down and everything like a Canadian's does,
Let's go down to the rest of the animation area. Technical directors. My unit is in charge of taking the storyboards and the Corel draws, basically all the drawn phases of the show, turning them into animatable computer models, setting up all the shots for the animators, and making sure the show has the look of construction paper animation.
What Jim does for us is,
well, he works on the show,
yeah,
and he gets the shots in the show.
The creators were worried at first that it was going to be too technical. They didn't want it to look computery at all. So that's one of the things we always have to keep in mind is using such a sophisticated tool, but trying to make it look like it was done as simply as possible. The original pilot, you would pull this out of a bin and slap it on your character, and all the movements would come from this piece. It's the same thing here, so the animators can grab a leg and move it. One of the funniest times I remember was when I modeled Mr. Hanky. I've lived my whole life and I've learned all these skills to be sitting here modeling a piece of poo, for a TV show.
Mr. Hanky?
Basically, Mr. Hanky came from, I was like 2 years old, I guess, and my mother, I guess I had I wouldn't flush the toilet, I would just leave it, and so my mother told my father to have a talk to me, and my father, who always did stuff like this to me, who, always messed with my head, instead of telling me, why you have to flush the toilet, he came and said, if you don't flush the toilet, then Mr. Hanky's gonna jump out and kill you. So I flushed the toilet like 20 times, and it took me till I was like, I don't know, 18, 19 to figure out that it wasn't gonna happen.
I remember when I first met you, I had to tell you that wasn't true.
Yeah, that's right.
Kyle! See something, Mr. Hanky?
This is where our animators are. This is where the actual show gets done. The characters are all built already by the technical directors, and they will in turn set the scenes up for us, and they'll come in just like this. The character is, paper thin. Just different layers on top of different layers that make up that character. What we do as animators is we take these characters that have no motion, and we basically give them life. We use the same equipment that the movie industry uses to do a lot of high-tech features, a lot of big special effects films. That allows us to do it quickly and efficiently. We do all of our editing in-house. Kind of smelly room, so you want to be careful.
Editing is the process that the shots are, they're kind of brought in and they're edited together.
And there's nobody like Gina for editing.
It's over, children. I couldn't raise the $2 million to hire Johnny Cochran. Now I have to go to jail.
Once we have the whole show cut with storyboards to the dialogue, these shots will go back to animation, and then animators will start animating these, and as soon as we get them, we'll cut them into the show and replace all the storyboards.
It's over, children. I couldn't raise the $2 million to hire Johnny Cochran. Now I have to go to jail.
No, you don't.
Huh?
Gina can, she can edit like lightning. It's like you're watching her edit, you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Would you edit it all already?
Once we have the whole show pretty much all animated, then we'll do the final cut, try to tighten it up, get it down to timing, and out the door it goes.
Just the passion that Gina brings to her job and the focus, it's astounding.
And she's a beautiful girl, too.
Yeah.
Despite the temptations of fame and fortune, it's heartwarming to know that the boys have managed to keep their integrity and a vision for the future.
We were born to be poor. That's the thing, and we both were sort of brought up in poor families. So when we met, we both realized that we were the type of people that needed to have a lot of money. And so we're much better off now. We're the people we should be.
Good afternoon, South Park. I'm sorry they're not in right now. Would you like me to take a message for them, or would you like their voicemail? Thank you. I'm sorry they're not in right now. Would you like their voicemail? I'm sorry they're not in the office right now. Would you like their voicemail? Voicemail. Thank you.
Don't get us wrong. People think, oh, you came and did the show and now you're big sellouts. The truth is, we were sellouts to begin with. That was the plan all along. When we were in college fantasizing about all this, we were like, we got to get to Hollywood and just start selling out immediately.
The future for South Park is another 2 years of shows, which we are well in the midst of making, and I think then, Matt and Trey and all this Comedy Central will take a good hard look at it, and if it's still working and still going strong, hopefully we'll keep going, and if it's time to move on, I think we'll all know that too.
The top animation minds from around the world have collaborated with the top foreign animators from Japan with a budget of over $630 million to bring you the most advanced animation ever seen by the human eye.
I will do the German dance for you. It's fun and gay and tra-la-la. Hope you will enjoy my dance. Hiddly-diddly-eye.
The feature that's going to hit the theater sometime this summer, I think it's going to be big. And people are waiting with bated breath because, if it's off the hook on TV, it's got to be totally out of the box on the big screen.
Who the hell are you people?
South Park? Hi, it's Debbie Liebling for Matt or Trey. Oh, I talk to them every day. Every day. You know what? I know that they're here, but I know that they're not near a phone right now.
Now we have to work every single day. Now we don't have any time to enjoy,
We used to be able to just sit back and relax, and